Welcome back, everybody. Wow, Elizabeth Warren just stirring up shit, isn't she? Like, pissing off everybody. Wow, I can't believe it. So, we're going to talk about that. But first, I'm going to talk about crypto action here. Check this out. Bitcoin, 28,421. It wants to go. It just wants to go. All we need is some more bad news in the banking industry, and that's it. Crypto will just explode. What's popping today? BNB still being hit hard. What's his name? Jim Cramer. That freaking douchebag. My God, he's talking shit about Binance and that he wouldn't touch it. It's sketchy and all this stuff. I'm going to put a video right here of what he actually said about some things. Man, this guy's a loser.
The ninth best performer year to date is SVB Financial. Don't yawn. This company's a merchant bank with a deposit base that Wall Street had been mistakenly concerned about. SVB is the old Silicon Valley Bank. Recently bought one of our favorite research firms, Nathanson, and it's become less dependent upon private equity and venture capitalist offerings. Wait a second. Those dried up last year, they could come back. Yes, some of them come back here, but the stock directly affects an oversold position. Stock was the fourth worst performer in 2022. I think the fears were not justified, and it's a very compelling situation. Hey, by the way, long-term private equity and venture capital, they're not going away. Being the banker to these immense pools of capital has always been a very good business. Stock's still cheap. Now, you have to remember that a stock that falls 66% like SVB Financial did last year, it takes it a lot more to recover. After losing 2/3 of your value, you need a 200% gain to get back to even. This is arithmetic. Some people call it geometry. So you could argue SVB's nearly 40% rally this year is barely a drop in the bucket. And that's how I want you to think it. I think it's also a good example of why these bounce back moves might be far from over. These stocks could have more room to run, especially if you think they were driven down to artificially low levels by tax loss selling, artificial dumping, like we saw in Warner Bros. Discovery or Tesla. That's important because today was one of the worst days since the year began. After these stocks were big participants in the decline, I understand that. Many of the bounces this year have come from stocks that were heavily shorted. Many of them were correctly beaten down. It's just that the declines got a little too excessive when nothing really bad happened, at least by the end of last year. But when you look at the top 10 biggest winners for 2023, they're not like that. For the most part, I'd steer clear of the heavily shorted rebound names. And here, I'm not going to climb on board the Carvana bus or the upstart train. The fundamentals, they're just too ugly. The 10 biggest winners of the year so far, though, bottom line, consider me intrigued. But only if we have a couple more down days like today that give you a better buying opportunity, because these stocks have all been overbought. One that I'm sure the bears...
All right, but look at Cardano today. Holy crap. 39.40. I'm just going to say it. 40 cents, everybody, and rising straight up. Look at that. Cardano, this could be because they could be considered the largest EVM chain out there. Unreal. I made a video 2 videos back. Go to my channel, check it out, or I might leave a link in the description talking about Cardano and EVM with Milkameda. Check it out. So Cardano's taking off pretty good right now. What else is popping right now? Polkadot, 635. I like Polkadot. Tron's doing pretty. Look at that. Tron. I do not like Tron. Oh well, what can you do? So let's get into some facts here. Oh, just another thing. Big Short Michael Burry points out phenomenon market has not seen since 1920. So he's just talking about some fun facts here. This is quick. What do you think that is, people? Right there. Going back to the 1920s, there has been no buy the fucking dip generation like you. Congratulations. Man, I hope that swear word didn't just cause my freaking video to go way down in the ratings. So there you go. The second most buy the dip moment. Be proud, people, because if you're working 9 to 5 at a job that doesn't give you nothing, you're going to be working there for a long time. This is not financial advice, but this is life advice. Sometimes you have to take risk, right? And sometimes taking financial risks can be rewarding. But the trick is to make sure you don't put all your eggs in one basket and to make sure you don't take out huge lines of credit to do such things, right? Be reasonable, be methodical, be slow, and DCA, dollar cost average, here and there. If you have a minimum wage job and you're struggling, man, do something on the side. Shovel driveways, the snow, pick up garbage for people's, do whatever you got to do, right? Put $100 in a week if you can, $50 a week. Life will be rewarding if you take a little risk. All right, so people are buying the dip right now, so this is good news. Nobody's shaking too much about these markets. They probably should be a little bit, because when the dollar does collapse, it is not going to be pretty. But if you have Bitcoin and such things as cryptocurrencies, you should be pretty much somewhat, hopefully, okay. All right, so Cardano creator dunks on anti-crypto Elizabeth Warren with Michael Jordan reference. I gotta respect Charles Hoskinson. He's always just spitting the truth for freedom, right? Our rights. He's all about that. You don't really hear about that too much from other people. I don't hear, what's his name, Vitalik Buterin talking about human rights. I hear him with censorship things on the Ethereum blockchain. Screw that. So, Senator Elizabeth Warren caused a stir in the crypto community with the publication of her campaign, which included a slogan about building an anti-crypto army. Man, banks get charged for billions of dollars all the time because of their fraud they commit on their customers. Check it out. And Elizabeth Warren, like, if we're going by judgment of character, she tries to get elected and get votes by saying she was Native, right? A few years back. And then there was a DNA test and she's like 0% Native, but she thought she was. That's how ignorant she is of her own family. So how can she be so knowledgeable about how to run your life? Think about that stuff, people. All right. Such an outburst did not go unnoticed by many major crypto figures, including Cardano, ADA founder Charles Hoskinson, and another person too, John Deaton, I believe his name, started clapping back at her. As a reaction to Warren's stance, Hoskinson chose a GIF depicting Michael Jordan saying the now famous phrase, "It became personal with me," having so eloquently and succinctly stated his opinion on the topic. The blockchain developer nevertheless lamented that it was hard not to take it that way. It's true, actually. She seems to be like a flip-flopper on issues, right? Just to get public favor and stay in office. She doesn't do nothing for the people. She only hurts people. Less restrained in his remarks was pro-crypto lawyer and legal representative of XRP holders John Deaton. Thus, he stated that the politician is a fraud, recalling the case when Warren's staff refused to look into the case of over 300 constituents from her district who were affected by the SEC investigation against Ripple, which is true, right? People invested in it, and then when they came in and started doing all this stuff, XRP got taken off a lot of exchanges. They couldn't even trade that stuff no more. So that hurt people. They couldn't even get rid of their asset. So at the time, Warren's people said the senator would not respond to the issue as she might appear to be siding with crypto billionaires or company heads, even though it was about ordinary working people, Deaton recalls. Yeah, it's about ordinary people, right? And she has this kind of stance now, I think, for her latest campaign, or I don't know, I'm not too big with her campaign or the politics. But she went on this rant about how her money is gotten from the ordinary people and she will never again take money from big corporations to fund her campaigns and this kind of stuff. Yeah, her last campaign or this one is going on, I have no idea. But anyway, turns out she's saying all that stuff, but she's using leftover money from her last campaign, which was given to her by big corporations and banks and pharma. All that money that was left over, she's using that to run her new campaign. She's such a liar. These people are such scumbags. Was it years ago when she was going against Trump and the ordinary people were standing up and voting for Trump to get him in office because they were tired of the regular politician type? What she was doing at that time was putting live videos of herself out in her home with her family, drinking a beer, just chilling, right? The phoniest thing you ever saw in your life. You got this high up politician sitting there trying to be like an ordinary person. Come look at me. I'm just an ordinary family person drinking a beer with my family. Oh, it was kind of cringe, right? It was seriously, seriously cringe. So at the time, I already wrote, okay. The bottom line is that Elizabeth Warren cares more about maintaining her class warfare than she does about truth and justice. At first she wouldn't help, but now she's out to hurt people. Wow, strong words, right? Some in the crypto community have also suggested that Senator Warren is building a pro-CBDC army rather than an anti-crypto one. That's true. Many are convinced that the government's emphasis on creating its own central bank cryptocurrency is a direct attempt to prohibit the circulation of private digital assets. Now, there was a video I made a couple videos back. I'll leave a link in the description. Charles Hoskinson pointed out that a law firm called Cooper and Kirk put out this PDF paper, file, whatever, showing how it's illegal what the government's doing. They're colluding, right, with banks and government, and they're excluding banks and excluding companies. They're colluding, which is against the law, and they're picking and choosing what they want to be businesses and not businesses. In a free country, you can't do that. The government cannot interfere in that kind of way. They're overreaching, right? Wow. All right, so I'm not going to go on about the Doge co-founder. I'll leave a link in the description. Slam Senator Warren for building anti-crypto army. Yeah, look at her. Look at her. Oh my God. Smug bastard. Punchable face, right? By another woman. Actually, I shouldn't say that. It's inciting violence. No. Love her to death. Write her all the letters that you can, telling her what you think of her. That's what you should do. All right, everybody. This is the Crypto Realm. I got a blog. Check it out. If it will load. It might load. There we go. Join me in an exciting journey as we explore blah, blah, blah. So there you go. I just slapped it together. I'm putting it together more and more as I go along. I just wanted to get a blog out there. It has more information than a video usually has, so it's more in depth, more factual. The videos are factual, but I'm just saying there's more facts to go over in the blogs. All right, everybody. This is the Crypto Realm. Play hard, trade smart. Hello, fellow adventurers. Are you tired of lugging around those big, heavy, and noisy generators on your camping trips? Well, you're in luck. The Bluetti generator is here to make your life easier and your camping experience more enjoyable. Let me tell you, these generators are game changers. They're ultra portable and lightweight, making them perfect for taking on the go. And don't be fooled by their small size. These little guys pack a powerful punch. You can power up your devices, lights, and even small appliances like blenders or coffee makers, all with ease. But here's the best part. The Bluetti generators are super quiet. That's right, no more noisy interruptions to your peaceful camping experience. You can power up your gadgets without disturbing the peace and quiet of the great outdoors. And the utility of these generators doesn't stop there. They're also great for emergency backup power during power outages or natural disasters. Keep your lights on and your devices charged, no matter what life throws your way. So why settle for those clunky, noisy, and heavy generators when you can have a portable and powerful solution that makes your camping life easy? In our pinned comments, you will find a link to Bluetti. Check them out today.